It's been raining like really bad for the past week. And whenever it rains, I usually do not go out because of the fact that I hate to drive in rain. And not that I can't drive or anything, but I'm just super precautious when it comes to driving in rain. And the people who are driving in the rain along with me just can't seem to drive properly. So I prefer to stay home and just not run the risk of getting into an accident in the rain and all that chaotic stuff. But something that I saw that was very interesting this morning, and I've wondered that quite a couple of times. I took a different route this morning. I took US 1, which is like a main road highway, and I saw the most incredible accident. The car had literally flipped over and was sitting on its side, its passenger side door. And it was like literally like parked in the bank parking lot. And the other car was actually on the main road. This car was, let me see, like you have the main road here, and then on the other side of the main road, you have the bank. And there's like a little side street right here. And the car was on the main road. And I was just trying to figure out, well, what exactly happened? This car must have obviously hit the other car at some kind of force, or maybe that car was just going super fast and got hit and ended up trying to stop, and you know, you lose control of the wheel, and next thing you know, you flipping over and over and over. And I'm just thinking to myself, honestly, it's like 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. What's going on? Where are you trying to go that is so important at 6 o'clock in the morning that you're driving that fast? And it's a Saturday, and that road is nice and calm and clear at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, how the hell do you get into an accident on that road at that time in the morning? Because the road is nice and beautiful and clear. There's no one on that road. So it's just like, you have got to be kidding me. I can see on a weekday, yes, because it's congested, it's crowded, whatever like that. But not on the weekend, not on a Saturday, and definitely not on a Sunday when there's absolutely practically no one in the street. The only people who are really in the street are the people who, they probably got to drive further up north to get somewhere, or they're trying to go to work. That's about it. Not at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, that's it. And I'm just, it kills me every time I see that. Whatever. But that's why I really prefer to stay my butt home sometimes instead of going out and running the risk of, you know, getting caught into an accident and everything. I've seen some strange accidents, and the way the cars end up is just awful, just plain awful. Like, let me see. As far as with me, I'd say I've only gotten to one accident that required, you know, a lot of things. This killed me because I had just gotten my new car. I had just gotten my PT Cruiser. I only had it for like 2 months maybe. And I'm sitting on that same road on US 1. Now, there's like 2 or 3 cars parked in front of me. We're at the red light. Everyone has stopped. No one's moving. As a matter of fact, whenever, you know, I come to a red light or whatever like that, that's when if somebody had texted me, I take that chance to just quickly text them back and put my phone away. And I had picked up my phone and I was going to write someone a text back. And all of a sudden, like, the car behind me, I don't know, sometimes, you know how you'll see the lane next to you that has a turning lane, and you see the light turn greens or whatever, and some people accidentally mistaken and think that their light turned green, they move forward. I think that's what might have happened to him, but it was kind of like, dude, you're like 4 or 5 cars back. What are you doing? Why are you moving forward? The car in front of you didn't even move forward. And I didn't. And he hit my car so hard that I literally had to like step on the brakes and pull up my emergency brakes in order to prevent me from hitting the car in front of me. And I'm thinking to myself, well, you taking off, but where are you taking off in at that kind of speed to hit my car that bad? And we ended up pulling off to the side or whatever. Like, my bumper was hanging. The lights in the back of my bumper didn't even exist anymore. So we pulled off to the side, and he was telling me, like, well, you know, it just looked like maybe you need a new bumper or whatever. Mind you, he's around the same age as me. Actually, he was probably like 2 years younger than me. And he was like, well, I can just give you like $250 or whatever, and we can just avoid calling the cops. And I was like, hell no. I'm like, I don't know how far the extent of the damage is. It may just look like I need to repaint my bumper or get a new bumper. But okay, what about the lights? Obviously, they're going to have to replace the lights because I'm not going to replace the lights. And I said, in the impact that you hit me, it was very, very hard. So how do I know there's no internal damage? I was like, no, thank you. You know, I'm going to go ahead and I call the cops. And then this is what really pissed me off. Because he was like, well, you know, my dad is a cop. And I looked at him, I said, and so the fuck what? What are you trying to tell me? Oh, because he's a cop, therefore, like, when the cops do come through and you're going to call your dad or whatever, they're going to have some sort of buddy-buddy relationship, and therefore my car is not going to get fixed and I'm going to get blamed for the accident. I'm like, it's not going to happen. Bitch, you hit me in the back of my car. There's no way the police could possibly tell me any different story to tell me that I'm at fault and for me to pay for your fucking car. He was like, oh, well, my car has more damage. I said, and it should. You hit me. So I was like, you know, I don't even want to talk about this. You just go over there. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling my folks. And he went and he called his dad. His dad showed up before the actual cops. And he was like, hello, you know, my name is such and such or whatever like that. And I'm a police officer. And I said, okay, how you doing? He was like, well, you know, it just looks like this and that. I can give you, you know, $250. And then I'll give you my phone number or whatever. And if you get an estimate and it's more than that, I can always give you more, you know, the rest of the money and this and that. I'm like, you know what? That's not even like realistic, because I have absolutely no guarantee that you're going to pay for it. I said, now, if I get a police report and I get your insurance information and everything, I know it's going to get paid for. But you just give me your number, and next thing you know, I give you an estimate, and it's like, oh, guess what it's going to cost? It's about $1,500. Are you really going to cough up the money? It's not going to happen. So we went through all this drama, and then it started raining. Ugh. And finally, eventually, I got my little police came, and they wrote my report. They gave me a copy, let him know that it was his fault. He got the ticket, his insurance information, everything, and I got my car fixed. And I was like, that's a lot better. Granted, my car was taken away from me for like a week because I had really extensive damage. And apparently, I don't know, he was saying, I'm not a mechanic and everything, he was saying something about the right side of the bumper part or whatever like that, like the metal stuff that would actually hold the bumper was like bent in really, really bad. And so therefore they had to actually order the replacement part for it, and the replacement took like a day to get there, and they had to do that. Then they had to get a new bumper, they had to paint it, do the light and all that, whatever. But anyway, I got my car fixed and I'm very happy. But that's why I don't like to drive, because even when you're doing, you know, hardly anything, some idiot will get into an accident with you. You can be like parked in a parking lot, and some dum-dum who can't drive and can't park goes and hits your car, and it's like,